Hello, we're Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile, and this weekend we'll see the release of a Candyman reboot. Don't worry, I'll add it to the list for a future Boots to Reboots.
I'm on it! How do you spell Candyman?
Thanks, little buddy. I'll just do it later. But in the meantime, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at the original Candyman. Candyman is a 1992 supernatural horror film written and directed by Bernard Rose. During a chance meeting between Rose and Clive Barker, Rose expressed interest in Barker's 1985 short story, The Forbidden, published in Volume 5 of Barker's Books of Blood anthology collection. The Forbidden revolved around the themes of the British class system in contemporary Liverpool. In it, Candyman's race, name, and backstory is never mentioned. His appearance is also very different. His flesh was yellow, his lips were blue, his eyes glittered like rubies, and his beard was unruly and red.
So, groundskeeper Willie.
Rose chose to refit the story to Cabrini Green's public housing development in Chicago, and instead focus on the themes of race and social class in the inner city United States.
I don't understand racism. Why not equally hate everybody?
So let's dive into the hive of Candyman. Ooh, our first cameo! The bees from My Girl, who killed Macaulay Culkin.
What's blood for, if not for shedding?
It's poetic when he says it, but when I say it, I'm told to leave the nursing home.
That's either bees flying around Chicago, or all the bullets. While researching urban legends, Chicago semiotics graduate student Helen Lyle is told a story about a babysitter named Claire. Wait, was that Sam Raimi's little brother, Ted Raimi, playing a bad boy? This really is a fairy tale. Claire and Billy decide to say Candyman 5 times to a mirror.
No one ever got past 4.
I can count to 5. 1. Dang it.
The spirit of the Candyman appears and kills the summoner by using a hook attached to his bloody stump. He's kinda like the Hook and Bloody Mary urban legends mixed into one.
Now that would be a drink!
Candyman.
What he saw turned his hair white from shock.
Evil Dead 2's Rotten Applehead Demon. Helen learns from 2 cleaning ladies about another girl rumored to have been killed by the Candyman.
I know all about the girl. Killed by the Candyman.
Separate the sorrow and collect up all the cream, up all the cream, up all the cream.
What? No! The victim was Ruthie Jean, a resident in the notorious Cabrini Green housing project, and Helen discovers there have been over 20 similar murders.
All of their chins bashed in by the same counter.
Collect up all the cream.
Little buddy, that's a completely different Candyman. Helen and her friend, Bernadette Walsh, who is taking a break from helping Clarice Starling, head to Helen's bathroom mirror. Director Bernard Rose was inspired by a real news article, Murdered Through the Mirror, about a woman named not Ruthie Jean, but Ruthie McCoy. Like in the movie, Ruthie was killed by an intruder who entered her apartment through an opening behind the bathroom's medicine cabinet. Even recently, there was a girl on TikTok who found the same thing in her New York City apartment.
And the air is coming from the mirror. Just the electrical.
Oh, no. There's a room back there.
The lesson? Check those apartment mirrors. Skeptical, Helen and Bernadette repeat Candyman 5 times into the mirror.
Candyman.
But nothing happens. Maybe Candyman was stuck in Chicago traffic. For their thesis papers, Helen and Bernadette head into Cabrini Green.
What's with the arsenal, Bernadette? We're only going 8 blocks.
Yeah, and every block has a street performer just asking for it.
She and Bernadette visit the scene of Ruthie Jean's murder, and Helen goes through the mirror, where she discovers a strange room. Well, it's noon. I better go feed the wall. Here, she discovers offerings that have been left to the Candyman.
Well, as long as it doesn't have coconut.
Afterwards, they meet Ruthie Jean's neighbor, Anne-Marie McCoy, another reference to real-life Ruthie McCoy.
And we were wondering if we could just talk to you for a few minutes. Here, this is my card.
Let me see that business card. Anne-Marie is a single mother raising her infant son.
What's his name?
Anthony.
As a little side note, Anne-Marie does return in the reboot, and her grown son Anthony is the new main character.
I heard her screaming. I dialed 911. Nobody came.
If my neighbor was screaming, I'd dial 911 too. Hello? Yes, I have a noise complaint. Oh, shut up! Some of us are trying to be alive over here!
They ain't never gonna catch him. Who? Candyman.
The cops are like, it's hard to catch him because the honey makes him slippery. That evening, Helen and her totally faithful, not cheating husband Trevor have dinner with Professor Philip Purcell, who already wrote a paper about the Candyman legend.
Cabrini Green. Candyman country.
Our boogeyman had to settle for the name Candyman Country.
He was sued by Candyland.
The professor reveals that Daniel Robitaille, born in the late 1800s, was the son of a slave who became a well-known artist that painted portraits of rich white people. However, after he fell in love with and knocked up a client's daughter, her father sent a lynch mob after Daniel. Once captured, they cut off his painting hand and smeared him with honey, which attracted the bees that stung him to death. However, Daniel survived long enough to have his soul transferred into a mirror under the alias Candyman. His corpse burned in a pyre, and his ashes scattered across the land that became Cabrini Green. It was Tony Todd who came up with this great backstory for the film. Todd said he wanted to find his own personal Phantom of the Opera, and Candyman became a tragic interracial love story. Virginia Madsen confirmed that the Candyman was intended to be an African-American Dracula, adding that it'd be appealing to the African-American community to finally have their own Dracula. Whoops.
Oh, come on! There had to be other black horror villains! Oh, does that even count?
When Helen returns to Cabrini Green, a boy named Jake shows her where to find Candyman. Oh, come on. That's pretty clean for a men's room.
Who says graffiti looks like shit?
What did that person eat?
Helen is then attacked by some guy who calls himself the Candyman.
I hear you looking for Candyman, bitch.
Oh, he got her business card.
Well, you found him.
When Helen finds a story, she really gets hooked.
We got an emergency!
Should he call the police?
Huh? Oh. Yeah, I was thinking about the janitor. Still alive, Helen identifies her attacker, who turns out to be the head of a gang called the Overlords, and the police nail him for Ruthie's murder.
You're very lucky to be alive, Miss Lyle.
You won't believe the germs they found in that bathroom.
Listen, I just wanted to thank you for saving my life.
I want to go home.
Spoken like a true hero.
Candyman isn't real. He's just a story.
Candyman ain't real?
No.
He seems disappointed, like now he has to settle for getting killed by the Easter Bunny. However, in a parking garage, the real Candyman appears.
Helen, I came for you.
Wow, that parking garage has great acoustics. Candyman hypnotizes and explains to Helen that because she discredited his legend, he must shed innocent blood to preserve it. According to Virginia Madsen, director Bernard Rose used real hypnosis to make her look like she was under the Candyman's spell.
Be my victim.
Be my victim, please. He should know you attract more flies with honey than vinegar. Helen blacks out and awakens in Anne-Marie's bathroom, covered in blood, to find Anne-Marie's dog has been decapitated. And her son Anthony is missing.
Aha! Anthony killed the dog and is now on the run. Impressive first steps.
No! Candyman has him!
Well, if the urban legend thing doesn't work out, Candyman can start a daycare.
The distraught Anne-Marie attacks Helen, and the police arrive while she is defending herself.
Police, open up! All right, hold it right there!
The cops know she left the parking garage without paying.
Take off your brassiere.
Oh, God.
Lift up your arms. Lift your left breast.
That's smart. She might have another cleaver in her cleavage. A cleavage cleaver.
At 3 a.m., Helen tries calling her husband, but there's no answer. He must be working late, grading papers. In the morning, Trevor bails Helen out of jail.
We have absolutely nothing to say, no comment.
Breaking news! Baby kidnapped by walking coat! Back at home, Helen looks at some photographs taken during her first visit to Cabrini Green and finds that she's been photobombed!
I can relate. Evil spirits are always photobombing my dick pics.
Curious, Helen confronts her bathroom mirror.
Hello, we've been trying to reach you about your extended warranty.
Apparently, Virginia Madsen didn't know that scare was coming, so her reaction was real.
Believe in me. Be my victim.
Candyman. Because it sounds better than hall monitor.
Do you believe in me?
Is he like Tinkerbell? Do I have to start clapping?
Well, someone better give him a hand.
Your death will be a tale to frighten children. And now, I must kill you.
The new slogan for Taco Bell. Candyman gives her a wet willy, causing her to bleed and pass out. Bernadette then arrives at Helen's apartment to be another victim. I'm the repairman? Helen once again wakes up holding a knife and covered in blood.
I call that a Tuesday.
When Helen comes to, she sees that Bernadette has been murdered. How sad. She'll never find a new writing partner. Framed for the crime, Helen is taken to a mental hospital where she is kept in restraints.
Allow me at least a kiss.
A kiss? Ladies, don't you hate it when a guy hovers? For the past month...
Month?
Wait, month? What's Candyman been doing with Anthony?
At least get Anthony some Honey Nut Cheerios.
Psychiatrist Dr. Burke interviews Helen to prepare her for her upcoming trial.
No part of me, no matter how hidden, is capable of that.
Oh, Helen, when Candyman framed you, he left this typed letter.
What? Did you expect it to be handwritten?
She attempts to prove her innocence by repeating Candyman 5 times.
Candyman.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Candyman's like, new mirror, who dis? He has been hiding under there for weeks.
See, Helen? A figment of your imagination.
When you're leaving work on a Friday. Now free, Helen Spider-Mans her way out of there and returns to her apartment where she finds Trevor having an affair with a student?
I did not see that coming.
What's the matter, Trevor? Scared of something?
Yeah. Commitment. I knew all that graffiti would be a bad influence.
I think we should call the hospital.
Is that what you want to do? Call them.
I order pizza with the same intensity.
Now single and ready to mingle, Helen returns to Cabrini Green and finds the Candyman in his lair. Poor guy is exhausted.
You try being a single dad.
In the asylum, we call that a surprise wake-up call.
Offering Helen immortality, the Candyman opens his coat, revealing a ribcage full of bees. Whoa! That's a serious hives outbreak! You know, she's handling it a lot better than Nicolas Cage.
Open my eyes! Eyes!
That reminds me, I need more beeswax lip balm.
Tony Todd negotiated a bonus of $1,000 for every time he was stung, and he was stung 23 times.
I'm in the money! I'm in the money!
He vanishes with Anthony, and Helen awakes to discover a mural of the Candyman and his lover, who looks familiar.
It was always you, Helen.
Was she reincarnated?
That or Candyman has a type for women who are two-dimensional.
Helen then follows little Anthony's cries to a giant burn pile. Well, now I'm in the mood for grilled baby back ribs. As the residents start a community bonfire, the Candyman promises to release Anthony if Helen helps him strike fear into Cabrini Green's residents. It's 1992. Just tell them the Bears are about to fire Mike Ditka. However, attempting to feed his own legend, the Candyman reneges and attempts to sacrifice both Helen and Anthony in the fire. In the short story, the bonfire is part of the traditional Guy Fawkes celebrations, but in the new setting of Chicago, the fire is kinda random.
Like our third nipple.
Helen stakes the Candyman, and he is destroyed by the flames.
Uh-oh, someone's Jiffy Pop exploded.
Helen then literally crawls through hell to reunite Anthony with his mother, Anne-Marie.
Ahem. That'll be 1 month of babysitting fees.
Sadly, Helen dies from her severe burns.
Next on Jake's list, Santa.
The residents, led by Anne-Marie, pay their respects at Helen's funeral, and Jake tosses Candyman's hook into her grave.
Me, throwing away good Andy's old toys.
Huh?
At home, the grief-stricken and guilt-ridden Trevor looks into the mirror and says Helen's name 5 times.
What's the matter, Trevor? Scared of something?
What a messy divorce.
Trevor!
He forgot to put the toilet seat down.
Now how is she ever going to pass that class?
Oh no! She's gonna have to sleep with Professor Purcell.
During the credits, we see a new painting in Candyman's lair, showing Helen dressed in white, with her hair ablaze.
This implies that Helen now belongs to the local folklore. Also, like myself, whoever painted that has trouble with hands. When Candyman was released in 1992, it received positive reviews, grossed over $25 million, was regarded as a modern horror classic, and spawned 2 sequels.
Candyman is remembered for its interesting premise, the setting, the hauntingly beautiful score from Philip Glass, and the great performances from Virginia Madsen and the imposing Tony Todd.
It was a mature horror movie that dealt with real issues instead of annoying teenagers and the usual horror cliches. It's one of the better adaptations of Clive Barker's stories.
Right up there with Rawhead Rex.
In the end, Candyman is a modern urban legend that has a lot to say about racism, fear, faith, our society, and the power of myth.
Candyman.
This has been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for liking and subscribing.
We'll see you next time.
I'm not afraid of Candyman. 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 Candyman.
Who can take a sunrise, sprinkle it with dew?
Oh, God! The Candyman can kiss my ass!